Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about specifically law enforcement in 2023, unqualified law enforcement 2023, why we need police reform so much right now, and specifically how the cops in the Tyre Nichols case, at least two of them, were completely unqualified to be on the job to begin with, and we're only in the PD to begin with because of stupid-ass relaxed requirements on candidates for law enforcement positions of power, which, sorry, if you're going to be in any position of law enforcement, authority, whatever the case be, dude, your ass needs to be to a higher standard than any normal citizen is, not a fucking lower standard is what it is, dude, seriously. So... But yeah, to that end, we're basically going to talk about a bunch of New York Post articles here today that are all relating to this whole thing. First, we got this one is about the whole thing I'm talking about right now, which is Memphis cops charged in Tyre Nichols murder hired after PD relaxed job requirements. Says at least two of the five Memphis police officers charged with the murder and the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols joined the force after the department relaxed its hiring requirements. Thaddeus, I pronounce the guy's name, Bean, and Demetrius Haley, or Hale, maybe is how I pronounce it, both joined the Memphis Police Department in August 2020, right after riots were going on, by the way. NBC News reported, more than 2 years after the department drastically loosened their education qualifications to become an officer for that department, said recruits no longer needed to get an associate's degree or 54 college credit hours to join the force, and could simply get by with 5 years of work experience. So here's my problem with that, right? Are we talking about 5 years of work experience in law enforcement positions, or are we talking about just 5 years of work experience entirely? Because you could have people go out there and do a fucking burger flipping job for 5 years and then become a fucking cop, dude. By that whole thing right there is what it sounds like. But yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous entirely is what it is, man. So anyway... But moving on to the second part of this article here, it said, loosening the required qualifications, however, means that the department is ultimately getting, quote, less desirable job candidates. Mike Alazar, an adjacent professor at John Jay College of Criminal Justice and a retired NYPD detective, said to the New York Post there. Exactly. You're getting people who should not be in law enforcement, period, dude. You're getting the bottom of the fucking barrel fucking candidates is what it is, dude. You know, and by the way, the whole term bottom of the barrel used to come from the fact that you would have beer in a fucking barrel and you would be scraping the shit out of the fucking bottom trying to get drunk off of it, dude. And it was the most disgusting crap there was possible. So, anyway. But yeah, it's just like the whole fucking... Okay, just want to make sure something. Fucking... I don't know if my audio was going or not there, but it was being shitty as soon as I had the secondary thing up there. But yeah, as I was saying, though, yeah, you got bottom barrel candidates, what it was, dude. So, anywho, as I said here, it said, as Mike Alazar guy said, they're desperate. They want police officers. They're going through it. They check off some boxes saying, okay, you're good enough. Get them on the force. The department showed signs of struggle with recruiting new police officers, offering a $15,000 signing bonus in 2021 and 2022, according to Fox 13. And by the way, these are the two pieces of shit that fucking were unqualified to be in that position of power that they were in there that probably were the two that actually beat the guy. That's what it was, I'm guessing. So, yeah, just fucking ridiculous, dude. Actually, something about the fact of the one in the yellow, the blue shirt and red hoodie there kind of looked like a young Carl Winslow. And it's like, he kind of does actually in some ways, dude. You know, I think that guy's name is Virgil or whatever that guy's name is. The dude that played Carl Winslow in Family Matters, and he also played obviously the cop in Die Hard. So yeah, so as of January 2022, the Memphis Police Department was down roughly 500 officers, citing that was from a news outlet citing the Memphis Police Association. He's on says last year the department lowered the standards yet again for new recruits, nixing the timed physical ability test. So basically proving you're not a fat piece of shit that can actually run like a half mile, whatever it is, to catch a suspect. And also cutting the college education requirement from 54 credit hours to just 24 credit hours. Good God, man. What the fuck meant this PD? And people wonder why people got a problem with law enforcement in this country, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. No, this Tyre Nichols should still be alive today, dude. And he should still be with his child, is what it is. It's fucking disgusting, dude. Anyway, so the department also revealed that it was even offering waivers for people who have been convicted of felony charges. So you're talking about fucking convicted felons to cops. The Tyre Nichols story is what it's going to be pretty soon, dude, is what it sounds like here, honestly. Fucking disgusting, dude, entirely. Said police departments have to take the screening process of candidates to be police officers seriously and not just rush to hire officers that might not be qualified, Alzar said, because these fuckers are not qualified, and that's the entire point, dude. And this is why you're seeing such, seriously, dude. People wonder why Casey Goodson Jr. is dead now. It's because fucking piece of shit Jason should have never been there. Jason Meade should have never been in the fucking force, is what it is. Etc. Speaking of the whole Memphis PD, there is what it is. You got fucking, moving on from that first one about the two cops that should never been on the force to begin with. You got this fucking piece of shit police chief was trying to cover her own ass the other day, and gee, I wondered why she was trying to cover her own ass. Meant this police chief, Carolyn Davis, however you pronounce it, fired from previous Atlanta job after botched sex crimes probe. I guarantee that's not the only thing, dude. I would not be surprised at least if this dumb bitch called for that fucking dude's death at that point, honestly, dude. I guarantee you she's going to be fucking catching charges at some point here, man, is what it'll be. So, anyway. Said, police chief of Memphis is charged. Chief of police in Memphis in charge of the 5 officers who fatally beat and tasered motorist Tyre Nichols was fired from a previous law enforcement job after a botched probe. Said Carolyn C.J. Davis became the first female police chief in Memphis. Just because you're the first of something doesn't mean you're fucking good at your job, dude. That's the entire point, you know? And that's the thing. The same thing with politicians, by the way. You know, those people that want to sit there and claim politician status and stuff like that. It's like, dude, just because you're the first one to be in this fucking position of power doesn't mean you're good at that position of power. Doesn't mean you're actually qualified for the whole position of power is what it is, dude. Seriously. So just because you're the first black transgender fucking politician to hold this position of power doesn't mean you're actually qualified to be in that position of power, dude. Or something like that, you know? Same thing here, man. Just because you're the first black female police chief doesn't mean you're fucking qualified to be that position of power is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so she's the first police chief, first female police chief in that position in the history in 2021, and is currently in the international spotlight after 5 cops brutally beat Tyre Nichols to death. So she was fired from the Atlanta Police Department in 2008 after her alleged involvement in a sex crimes investigation into the husband of an Atlanta police sergeant, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitute. Said 2 detectives accused Davis of telling them not to investigate Terrell Marion Crane, who was married to Sergeant Tanya Crane, after the police department obtained photos of him and underage girls. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. So don't investigate a fucking pedophile because his chick is the fucking current, like, sergeant here is what it is, dude. Fuck that. Again, thin blue line my fucking ass, dude. These people are scumbags entirely all the way around the fucking block, dude. Anyways, as a grand jury later indicted that motherfucker on child pornography, he pled guilty to 1 count of child pornography in 2009, according to the paper. So the indictment was issued after Atlanta police took no action in the case, and a subsequent investigation by the city pointed to Davis as the reason. Davis was demoted from major to lieutenant before being fired from the force that she joined in 2008. Fuck that shit, dude. This bitch should have never been in the fucking police force ever again after that kind of crap, dude. This bitch is protecting fucking pedophiles, for God's sakes, dude. Fuck her. Seriously. Toss her ass in fucking prison where she fucking belongs, dude. Fuck all this bullshit entirely, dude. This is the problem. And it's the same kind of bullshit I've seen for decades now when it comes to fucking priests in this country as well, dude. And the fucking Catholic Church stuff. It's like, oh, you got some fucking priest creeping on kids and stuff. Instead of, like, excommunicating these fuckers from the actual order and stuff like that. No, what do? Oh, let's just ship them off to another fucking different church now and stuff like that so they can go rape a bunch more kids now is what it is, dude. Fuck that shit. No, fuck this shit entirely, dude. You are a terrible police officer. You have no business in position of authority. You have no business holding any kind of law enforcement office whatsoever. You don't need to be demoted. You need to be fucking fired on the spot. You need to be fucking exiled from ever holding any position like that ever again, or running for elected office for that matter, for deprivation of rights under color of law, for allowing a fucking child molester to molest fucking kids, dude. Fucking ridiculous entirely, dude. I'm so fucking pissed off right now about that shit, dude. Meanwhile, to the final two stories of the day, we got going back to the piece of shit cops there who should have never been policing this whole entire country at all, dude. You got the first one here, which is former Memphis cop Demetrius Hale, who was charged in Tyre Nichols' death, previously beat up an inmate, according to an ex-prisoner. I'm not surprised at least by that, dude. That shit happens all the fucking time in correctional facilities across this country. It's literally par for the course, dude. If you're not a scumbag in these places, you're probably one of the few, honestly. I'm gonna say it like it is, man. So anyway, one of the 5 Memphis officers accused of murdering Tyre Nichols allegedly beat up an inmate nearly 8 years ago, part of a troubling series of events and behavior tied to the cops and even their boss. Quote, that could have been me, ex-inmate Corderidus Sledge. I'm assuming I'm bastardizing that guy's name. I'm just going to call him Cordy. Cordy Sledge told the Post on Saturday, I could be dead now. Said Sledge, 34, alleged that in 2016 lawsuit, that ex-Memphis cop Demetrius Hale, 30, who then worked as a correctional officer, took part in a May 16th, 2015 beatdown inside the Shelby County Division of Corrections. Said Sledge's allegations emerged as horrifying video released Friday showed the relentless brutality endured by Tyre Nichols, 29, who was pulled over on January 7th. Traffic stop near his mother's home in Memphis. He died 3 days later in the actual ICU is what it was. Said Sledge, 34, claimed in 2016 lawsuit that one of the 5 officers, Demetrius Hale, 30, then a corrections officer, gave him a beating inside the Shelby County Division of Corrections May 2015. Said Hale and another officer punched him in the face during a search for a cell phone, according to court papers. He accused a third guard of slamming him face first into a sink. I had some, Sledge said he got an apology from the prison warden, but nothing from Hale, who joined the Memphis PD in August 2020. Quote, he got a promotion from corrections officer to police officer, Sledge said. I didn't believe my damn eyes. Hale denied in court papers that he assaulted Sledge. The lawsuit also dismissed that Sledge failed to provide the court with request information. So maybe it was bullshit, maybe it wasn't bullshit. Either way, it wouldn't surprise me if it was actually legit, dude. So no one answered the door at Hale's house on Memphis Saturday. It said a neighbor, Michael Casey, 74, who works as a minister in a local Baptist church, was stunned that a person, let alone an officer, could do what he saw on TV. Claimed he was totally shocked, etc., etc. As other Memphis residents said the violence they saw from the cops was not surprising. It's definitely a pattern, according to Amber Sherman, 28. It said in 2015, an unnamed black teenager was shot and killed by a white Memphis cop. An investigation found he was running away from police, not advancing as the officer claimed. Then a second shot was fired. Says a culture from the top down, said Memphis resident Kendry Franklin, 36. I didn't watch the video. I can't subject myself to that. Said Haley and the other 4 officers, Thaddeus Bean, 24, Emmett Martin III, 30, Desmond Mills Jr., 32, and Justin Smith, 28, were fired on January 20th. They were arrested Tuesday and charged with second-degree murder and the death of Tyre Nichols, among other charges, including kidnapping. Said Bean was president of Omega Psi Phi Eta Zeta fraternity at the University of Mississippi, an organization with a scandal-scarred past, among other chapters like it. So in 2019, Omega's chapter of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia was suspended over a slew of disturbing incidents involving pledges and people looking to join the group, including at least 1 hospitalization. So, yeah. We're going to talk about that in a couple minutes. Here's what it is. As soon as I grab that down here, make sure you get rid of that one. All right. And then that Desmond Mills Jr. guy, that was one of the other cops there, claimed he was not able to see during Nichols' beating and shouldn't be charged with murder is what it is, dude. Which, again, Maybe not second-degree murder, but accessory to second-degree murder would be what it is, dude. Like, again, doesn't matter if you can't see or not, dude. You fuckers, like, maced each other is what it was. That's why you couldn't see, you jackass. So, yeah, fucking ridiculous either way, man. But, yeah, this is relating to that Bean guy, though. That was one of the other, it was probably the Carl Winslow-looking motherfucker, I think is what it was. It says, Thaddeus Bean, former Memphis police officer involved in Tyre Nichols' killing, was president of Scandal-Scarred Fraternity. So one of the 5 former Memphis officers charged with the murder of Tyre Nichols was the president of a fraternity with several recent scandals to its chapters. Bean, 24, was president of Omega Psi Phi Eta Zeta chapter of the University of Mississippi, according to LinkedIn page. The fraternity was founded in 1911. Great year for guns, by the way. As Howard University in Washington, D.C., a historic black college. Yeah, shocker. You know, that's one thing that always bothered me, right? You can see all these historic black colleges, but you can't have historic white colleges. Like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, racism is racism. Helica is what it is, man, seriously. Yeah, so it claims to be, quote, on the front line, leveraging its power, influence, and more than 100 years of commitment to the uplift of our people and our communities, according to Omega's website. So you're a bunch of black supremacists, what you're saying right there, dude. Right? Yeah, exactly. It's a fraternity, and its members, however, have been involved in involved in several troubling incidents in recent years. In 2019, Omega's chapter at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, was suspended after a slew of disturbing incidents involving pledges, some people looking to join the group, including at least one hospitalization, according to a Virginia Pilot reported thing there. So potential newcomers were beaten. Some were forced to chug hot sauce or pour it down their pants to stimulate a sexual transmitted disease. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. In 2018, a 45-year-old man looking to join that fraternity chapter in Brooklyn had his ass and testicles paddled about 150 to 200 times as part of a twisted welcoming ritual, resulting in 2 of the fraternity members being charged with assault and hazing. As it should be. Yeah, that dude definitely looks like young Carl Winslow in that fucking police uniform there, dude. Seriously. Yeah, just fucking ridiculous entirely, man. Anyways, this disturbing body cam footage released Friday shows Nichols being beaten, pepper sprayed, and tased by cops during a traffic stop on January 7th. Nichols is a FedEx worker and father of a 4-year-old boy. Died 3 days later in the hospital, which is my birthday, by the way. Sad situation all the way around. Trying to figure out what the fuck that t-shirt is, man. It's almost like a black, it looks like a black power fist, but it has like a weird quill pen in it or something. I don't know. I feel like that's some Antifa shit or something, dude, honestly. Either way, fucked up. Anyways, the 5 officers, including Bean, have been charged with aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official obstruction in addition to second-degree murder charges. The officers were sprung from the Shelby County Jail Friday after each of them posted between $250,000 and $350,000 bond. So here's the question. Was that an all-cash bond, or was that a 10% down bond where it was $25,000 to $35,000 they ought to pay to a bail bondsman? Because if so, that's bullshit, dude. If anything, it should either been no bond or all-cash bond to the entire amount is what it would have been, man. So, yeah, just fucking disgusting. None of these people should be out of prison right now, dude. They should all be sitting in jail right now. They should have been no bonded at that point. Fuck that shit, dude. So, just absolutely disgusting, dude. Absolutely sickening, dude. Sorry, I was actually looking at another thing. He was talking about an ex-cop who was fired for having an OnlyFans account, apparently, and is making more money on the OnlyFans now is what it is. Man, I'll tell you what, seriously, the degeneracy of law enforcement in our country anymore, it is absolutely ridiculous and needs to be fucking dealt with accordingly is what it is. Like, personally, if we were a just society right now, dude, let's just go back to fucking Old West time period, dude. Where you barely had a sheriff, you barely had deputies and stuff like that, and everybody just dealt with things, you know, public duels and shit like that. That's what it is, man, in the streets. Like, it'd be better off for us as a country, honestly, right now, dude. It really would. You know, do some vigilante justice and stuff like that. You got some people doing some seriously high crimes and stuff. Fucking gather a mob on horseback and go find them, and, you know, a rope in the nearest tree, basically, is what it was back in them days, dude. For the most part, at least that's what they show all the cowboy movies and shit like that anyway, and the TV series and stuff back in them days and stuff, you know. was always like hangings and stuff like that is what it was, dude. Which there's a reason why Texas still has public hanging, by the way. And that's a reason for that, man. It's like that shit right there, honestly. But yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous is what it is, man. So what is this? Sorry, I was looking for something. Okay, they're talking about the Glock switches. Fucking ass clownery, dude. ATF director warns police in Columbus are finding a new dangerous device for guns. 3D printed Glock switches, apparently. And it's like, dude, first of all, China's been importing that shit for years now, dude. Go to any fucking place at all, seriously. In Chicago or in these major cities, dude, you're going to have fucking criminals with Glock switches, is what it is, dude. To turn their shit into basically simulated full auto is what it is, man. So, which, by the way, full auto should not be illegal in this country, dude. Period. Nothing should be an NFA item at that point because their NFA shouldn't exist, what it is, man. Yeah, so law enforcement agencies across the country, including here in Columbus, are seeing a rise in the number of dangerous devices used for turn guns into machine guns, deadly handguns. So ATF Director Steve Diddlebeck, who lost the Ohio AG's race in 2018 to Dave Yost, was in town this week to announce efforts to help Columbus police curb gun violence. You mean gang violence is what you're really talking about. You mean fucking literally black on black crime is what you're really talking about at the end of the day, dude. So that's what was revealed. Details concerning trends. So a small piece of plastic has been made with a 3D printer, according to the ATF, to give a gun more power. Yeah, as if you can't import the shit from fucking China, you douchebag Diddlebeck, you fucking cockstain. Dude, the fact that that son of a bitch Diddlebeck was even allowed to be appointed to any position of power in this country is absolutely ridiculous entirely. That guy should be in jail right now for the shit he's pulled. The fact that when he was trying to run for AG 5 years ago, he was actually running on an anti-gun platform, then that's why we fucking were like, fuck you, dude, get the hell out of here. We picked Yost instead. And yeah, his ass should have been right then and there. End of his fucking career entirely, dude. But yeah, it's just ridiculous entirely, dude. Actually, honestly, if you want to redo police and stuff like that, you want to redo policing in this country, get rid of the ATF. Get rid of the ATF, get rid of the FBI, get rid of the DHS. Get rid of most of that shit, honestly, dude. Get rid of 3 alphabet agencies across the board. CIA, DIA, all of them, basically, is what it is, dude. And you have maybe like 1 or 2 that actually exist, like ICE, that makes sense to deport, illegals and stuff like that in this country, especially criminals, what it would be. And then we completely redo policing entirely, dude. You start demilitarizing the cops like crazy. You go back to basically, police walking their beat, having to do tests and stuff like that for actual good shit is what it is. And then we move on with our lives from there. You get police to walk their own beats. They understand where the neighborhood's at. They get what's going on with neighborhood people and stuff. And you're able to have a better fucking actual police force in this country, dude. You don't have random people that are unqualified as fuck, potential convicted felons being in your policing, dude, to go there and fucking continue on the criminality they committed before that. Like, it's not convicts to cops, dude. It's supposed to be fucking higher standard of law enforcement is what it is entirely. So, but yeah, when you have corruption like crazy, dude, it's like, what the fuck, man? Honestly, if Tennessee was smart, they would actually legit pass stand your ground correctly now, because they don't technically have stand your ground properly is what it is, if I'm not mistaken. There, it's basically like some weird expanded thing of like concealed handgun licensing or something like that, where it's not actual physical stand your ground. Or sorry, not stand your ground, not actual physical constitutional carry. I believe they do have a stand your ground though, or if they don't, they need to have it as what it is right now. But yeah, they need to get both in that fucking state is what it is, dude, just like Ohio has right now. And just let the fucking citizenry deal with the shit, dude. Like, honestly, I think the biggest problem with policing in general in this country right now currently is qualified immunity. I think that's one thing most people can agree upon, honestly, is that it's like a weird flow of traffic going up my road right now for some reason. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's just, something weird that's like needs to be looked at. That's what it is, dude. It's like how many people are just driving my road for real quick is what it is, dude. It's like a shortcut maybe. So, but no, seriously though. When you're not holding law enforcement to a higher standard than the average person, all you're doing is creating an environment for corruption and stuff like that, dude. All you're doing is creating an environment for terrible policing, you know? And it's just like the same thing going back to, you know, this Tyre Nichols story and, you know, going back even to George Floyd's case and stuff like that, dude. Even though Floyd was a piece of shit, honestly, he was a fucking, you know, junkie and stuff like that. He would have definitely died no matter what if they just let him sit there is what it was, dude. But no, you had dickhead Derek Chauvin walking in fucking, you know, knee on the fucking neck kind of thing. There's what it was. And you had these other jackass cops instead of being like, Derek, get your fucking knee off the guy's goddamn neck, you fucking moron. You had them be like, no, step back, people. Step back. Stop recording us. And then they wonder why they got charged as fucking accessories to that murder, dude, is what it is. And it's the same thing here, dude. You know, you got one or two of them actually beating Tyree pretty much into a death coma is what it is at that point, dude. And you wonder why the other three are charged. And it's like, yeah, dude, because you don't think to stop the shit is what it was. They fucking beat that man for like an hour is what it was, bro. It's like, Jesus. Like, I've watched the fucking video, dude, at this point. And it's like, at what point does somebody just be like, dude, enough? Seriously, like, this is not fucking policing. This is you doing some fucking ghetto shit to some fucking dude where you're wearing a fucking badge is what it is, dude. Like, honestly, seriously, I've watched other fucking, like, gang beatings and shit like that, dude. That's what this looked like. It looked like there was some dude, it looked like a bunch of dudes from, like, a Crips or Bloods or something like that, initiating a new member into the fucking group, dude, by beating the fuck out of him is what it was, dude. Like, it was on that level of shit right now, honestly, dude. It's just disgusting, bro. Just absolutely sickening, man. My heart goes out to the guy and his family, honestly, dude. Specifically his child and his fucking parents and stuff like that, man. But, like, seriously, you know, at what point do we just say enough is enough of this shit, but also in the same vein of things, be like, hey, fuck all these fucking race baiters, fuck all these fucking grifter pieces of shit like your Al Sharpton types, your fucking Sean King types, your other dumb motherfuckers out there as well, dude. All these BLM fucking assholes that are nothing more than a money laundering organization. It's like, nah, bro, fuck those fucking things entirely, dude. You want to come to me and talk about police reform in this country in 2023, dude? Do so as an individual. Don't do under fucking Black Lives Matter bullshit chapter stuff, dude. You know, come to me, come to Adam, and we'll have a real fucking discussion, dude. We'll drop the monikers. We'll have an actual discussion about police reform in this country. And why it might be time to just get rid of law enforcement entirely. And we just have people patrol their own fucking neighborhoods again is what it is, dude. You know? Because honestly, that's what it's coming to right now. Like, are cops really needed for certain things? Not really, dude. Is there so many fucking laws on our books right now that could easily be written off for certain things? Yes, there is. Is it just like doubling down on stupidity where you have like one gun law that becomes like 20 gun laws that are all moot points because they're all the same fucking shit that just be piled on top of each other? Yes, they are, dude. And that's the thing. The only two gun laws in this country, honestly, that should exist right now: constitutional carry, stand your ground, both nationwide things. And I would even go further than that and say a third one, which should be the ability to be able to get a free firearm from the state you live in. There should be a Department of Gun Services you can do that from in every state right now. That should be the 3 actual gun laws on the books right now, dude. Everything else should be whatever. So, yeah. But like I said, it's a bunch of shit entirely, dude. And it's just fucking... It's beyond infuriating, man. It's beyond disgusting, man, is what it is. One of the other related articles there was talking about some girl who was a quote-unquote Hooters influencer, dead at 21 in a wrong way crash. It's like, again, you want to talk about bottom of the barrel trash in this country, dude. It's like, you're not an influencer, you're just some whore on the fucking internet, dude. Or at least you were anyway. That's what I can't stand about some of these people, dude. It's just like, oh, check out my OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's like, how about I don't say I did? You know, seriously, man. So, but yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous what it is, man. And of course, you got piece of shit Obama releasing a fucking statement the other day about the whole Nichols case, and it's like, just shut the fuck up, Barack, you fucking racist divider piece of shit. Because you really are, dude. You are the worst fucking commie piece of crap ever, dude. Man, that chick is not good looking. Sorry, I was looking at the this cop who was supposed to get kicked off a force or whatever because of an OnlyFans page or whatever. Like, it's either too much makeup on that woman, or it's like maybe her face just ain't that good looking to begin with. Like, she's not, like, honestly, when she has the makeup on the one picture, like, she looks like very plain Janie in the police uniform or whatever. She wasn't bad looking in that picture, but like when she puts like this weird like real red shade of lipstick on and then like a bunch of like eyeshadow and shit, she just looks ugh. You know, and that's the problem with so many females in this country. It seems like to me anyway, dude. It's like you could do more with less. Honestly, it's like you don't need to put like 10 gallons of makeup on your face. Like a little bit of here, maybe a little bit there can go a long way, dude. Actually, I was looking at this chick the other day, who is a friend of mine, and it was I think a friend of hers or whatever, and it was this girl who was going to some kind of a party or something like that. And they showed like the before and after pic of her is what it was. And she looked like really good. She was actually really cute to begin with in the one picture where she had no makeup on at all and she had like no lipstick on at all or whatever. And then they put like this really fucking like bright shade of red lipstick on her mouth and stuff. Like, I'm just like, dude, like it doesn't look, you look worse off now than you did before. So yeah, it's just kind of silly, honestly, dude. But that's my personal opinion about the whole thing, dude. It's like you could definitely do more with less in most cases for females when it comes to everything, dude. And there's a reason why guys don't wear makeup, dude, for the most part, because again, it's the whole thing there is what it is. I gotta go look this dude up now. Sorry, I was looking at one of the comments there. Sasser. Let's see here. Okay. Cop. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Yeah, let's see here. Georgia cop who killed wife. No, apparently he killed some other woman and then killed his wife and her lover, I guess. Claimed self-defense and then murdered himself, look like here. There you go. Robert Corey Sasser. Murder-suicide. Sasser turned himself into Glenn County Detention Center on charges of misdemeanor, simple battery, and criminal trespass stemming from an allegation. Alleged confrontation with his estranged wife following standoff May 17th of 2016 or 2018. Told to leave town and only return to court proceedings on June 28th. Sasser killed his wife and her boyfriend before killing himself. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. What a sack of shit, man. Again, like, you look up like, dude, like, that, again, sadly, that's par for the course when it comes to law enforcement in this country, seriously. You have people who will, what is it, like 43% of cops beat their wives or have some kind of domestic violence issues and stuff like that. It's like, these are the last people who shot firearms in this country, man, seriously. So, yeah, when you're a fucking nut just running around wanting to kill people is what it is. It's like, it makes sense why you got those fucking dudes in Memphis. Because I guarantee they were just like, I want to beat some Antifa ass. I want to beat some BLM ass or something like that, dude, is what it was. And they're like, you're hired. Approval kind of thing. And I feel like these are the people that when they were kids, they were watching shit like The Shield is what it was, dude. And they're like, I wonder if I can get away with criminal shit like that in law enforcement kind of thing or something. And they probably did, honestly, for some cases. You know? The problem right now, though, obviously, is when it comes to Memphis, the reason that Scorpion unit was even a thing to begin with there is because you have like the crazy ass dangerous shit of Memphis, because Memphis is apparently like one of, if not the worst fucking cities in this country right now when it comes to criminality. Yeah, you might as well call it Helltown, honestly, dude. Because that's pretty much what it is right now. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I feel sorry for Tyre, man. I feel real sorry for him. Dude, he didn't deserve what he got, honestly. Everything I've seen about the guy, he seemed like a stand-up dude, honestly. You know, I could be totally wrong about that. It could turn out that he was a piece of shit, honestly, for all the fuck we know, man. He might have been part of the 2020 riots, for all we know, for that matter, you know. But again, until that evidence comes out, like, as far as I'm aware, he's still a good guy right now. Or at least he was anyway before his death. And it's sad, man. It really is. It really is. It's just sad. It's a sad situation all around, man. But anyway, I got some stuff I got to do, though. And I think we're out of time, honestly, for this episode and this count for the month. So, yeah, we'll be back, though, under a different account. It won't be the same, you know, won't be that, or it won't be any of my other avatars, like Beware of the Mexican Joker. Or This Ain't My First Rodeo, Me at My Second Rodeo. Although, unfortunately, it seems like more and more of this shit's happening. We got the California politics in other states. So... But yeah, one thing I will say is I am the post-road generation, legitimately. And that's all I'm saying about the end of the day, man. So, you know, it's time to constitutional carry everywhere, baby. It really is. But anyway, that's where we're at for the day, though. And, oh, apparently there's a serial killer behind a badge. Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly. Sounds about right. You know, unfortunately, that's what most of them are anymore, dude. It's, you know, I mean, hell, look back at, what the hell is that one now? There was a serial killer in Cleveland years ago. It was a black guy. I'm trying to think what his name is now offhand. Fuck. I want to say Soul, something like that. Sowell, something. It's like Sowell or something like that was his last name. He basically got away with murder multiple times in Cleveland, Ohio there because fucking shitty ass cops in Cleveland refused to actually do their job. Because again, going back to what I said in the last episode about the prostitution thing and stuff like that, dude, and people being able to grab them off the streets and shit like that is what it was, dude. You had this motherfucker who went after these women that were usually black prostitutes in the city of Cleveland. There is what it was. One of their fucking friends straight up told these cops, they were like, dude, my fucking friend just went to that house like 10 minutes ago. This dude was creepy as fuck, and we're pretty sure she was drugged in the house by his ass is what it was. And you could actually hear, like, if you were standing on the actual sidewalk, because the house was like maybe like 15, 20 yards back is what it was. You could actually hear like screaming coming from the house at the time, dude. And these cops didn't bother investigating it at all. And then you wonder how the guy was able to get away with like 6, 7 more murders after that, dude. It's like, it's not that hard to figure out, dude. You could have stopped the guy at like 2 or 3 then. But instead they were like, oh no, sorry, not our fucking problem, even though we're law enforcement. Again, it's the culture created by the fucking shittiness of the fucking country, dude, is what it is. It's the depravity of lazy ass fucking policing in this country that leads to serial killers. It's the fucking even worse thing of unqualified people in law enforcement that leads to other shit, dude. It's affirmative action hires across the fucking board that leads to shitty states is what it is, dude. I mean, hell, look at Pennsylvania right now with that fucking retard Josh Shapiro now that fucking stole this governorship there, dude. I've been fucking trolling him all over Twitter for the past 2 weeks now since he fucking took office there because he's talking about stupid ass shit where it's like, oh, we're going to do away with all kinds of requirements to even be fucking in positions of power here is what it is, dude. And it's like, okay, so you're telling me that you're basically going to create the Second American Revolution now because you're such a dumb motherfucker that you're going to allow unqualified people into various positions that are needed quality fucking standard to even have the qualifications to do the jobs, and you're going to basically destroy your state from the inside out, bro. Good job. Great job to you. Great job to you, Josh, you dumb fuck. Fucking clown ass motherfucker. Like, seriously, how is that not immediate grounds for impeachment at this point, dude? With that kind of crap. You know? But honestly, seriously, I actually called Shapiro out the other day, too, on that one, because I said straight up, dude, I'm like, hey, if you want to seriously talk about trades, dude, you seriously want to be, doing trade stuff or whatever the case be, admit you cheated, resign from office, let Doug Mastriano, the guy who actually won the fucking race, take back over as governor now. And then he and I will talk about 6-year trade programs in that point, dude. Because that's what we need across the board now, dude. We need actual stuff like that in every single school across this country right now, dude. various trade programs that would make sense to have, you know, that we could do that would beat automation and stuff like that. Hell, I was watching this video this morning where it's talking about the McDonald's that's in some part of Texas now. Completely automated, dude. Conveyor belt fucking food delivery to you is what it is, dude. And then you got morons like Nina Turner talking about fucking like, this is why you need $15 an hour. This is why you need $25 an hour, dude. Et cetera, et cetera. So, anywho, just to let people know, the person that just came up in the comment section and did some vulgar comments is no longer part of this channel ever again. They were banned because you don't say shit like that in my live streams and think you're gonna get away with it, dude. And yeah, it's as simple as that, really. You know, it's one thing if I call somebody a fucking cunt or whatever on camera. It's a whole other thing to come up in my comment section and say vulgar shit, honestly. So, you know, it's as simple as that, really. But anyway, so that's pretty much where we're at for the day, though. But yeah, anywho, like I said, though, it's, you know, going back to what I was saying, though, about Nina Turner and stuff like that, you got that dumb bitch basically saying how it's like, oh, we're going to go ahead and do like $25 an hour for fucking minimum wage stuff. It's like, that's not sustainable. And all you're going to do is create more automation across the board, lady. Because your little communist fucking utopia and shit's never going to exist is what it is. And it's as simple as that, really. So, anyway. But, yeah. It is what it is, man. Like I said, we can actually do police reform in this country. We can actually fix law enforcement in this country. It's just having a higher standard. It's getting rid of qualified immunity. It's getting rid of fucking militarized policing. It's doing actual old school walking of beats and stuff like that. And it's doing what needs to be done to just completely overhaul stuff right now. And until any of that happens, nothing's going to change. You're going to keep having the same bullshit going again and again and again. You're going to keep having the same fucking garbage ass fucking, you know, quality standards coming through the fucking thing. When you're lowering the standard of qualifications, you're just going to get the bottom of the barrel fucking garbage ass people is what it is, man. And it's as simple as that, honestly, dude. So anyway, like I said, that's where we're at for the day, though. And I'll be back at some point later. I don't know. Probably not today, probably tomorrow or Wednesday or something. My day's been really off for some reason recently. I don't know what the hell's going on. I swear to God, like I feel like I'm here, and I feel like I should be here, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it doesn't feel like a Monday. It feels like the next day or a couple days later is what it is now. Like my whole entire schedule's been thrown off by at least like a day or two is what it is now. Like I definitely feel like I'm like living in the past or something right now, where I should be like living in a future like a day or two from now is what it is. So I don't know what's going on with that, man. It's just weird, but I don't know. Maybe it's the days and stuff. I know our days are getting a little bit longer now when it comes to like sunsets and stuff like that or whatever. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm feeling that effect or something from like Mother Nature side or some shit. But who the hell knows, man? Maybe my energy flow is off. I don't know. You know, who knows? But anyway. Yeah, that's where we're at though. So hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I will see you all in the next one.